Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how I refuel my Honda Goldwing using my 35-gallon fuel caddy here in the Caliente Garage. Anytime you ride your motorcycle, it's always good to stop at a gas station before you end your ride, so the next time you ride out, you will always have a full tank of fuel. But here in this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you how I refuel my Honda Goldwing after I come in from a ride. So let's get started. One of the things that I highly recommend when refueling your Honda Goldwing, you want to make sure that you refuel outside or refuel in a well ventilated area. I have my garage doors up, and I also have the garage door lifted just behind me for some airflow. So I'm going to demonstrate how I use my fuel caddy. First thing I'm going to do, since I'm refueling my Honda Goldwing inside of the garage, I'm going to use a catch pan just to catch any overflow of gasoline that comes down the overflow so my garage doesn't smell like gasoline. So I'm just going to stick this underneath the Honda Goldwing just to catch any overflow that I might have. So I'm going to reach down and put this underneath the Honda Goldwing just to catch a little bit of overflow. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use some rubber gloves. Anytime I refuel my Honda Goldwing, I prefer to use rubber gloves to prevent the smell of gasoline on my hands. So I got the Honda Goldwing fuel tank already open. I'm going to remove my fuel cap. Just going to set that to the side. Next thing I'm going to do is take my 35-gallon fuel caddy. The thing with the 35-gallon fuel caddy, it comes with a grounding clip. You can ground to your motorcycle, or just as long as the fuel caddy is grounded, I'm going to ground it to my tire machine. So I'm going to take my fuel caddy. I'm going to unlock the wheels. I'm going to take my grounding clip. I'm going to ground it to, I'm just going to ground it to my tire machine. You could easily ground it to the equipment that you're going to refuel. I'm going to refuel my Honda Goldwing, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to put fuel back inside of the fuel caddy when I'm finished. So I'm going to take my hose. I'm going to put it down inside of the tank. The thing about this fuel caddy is that it has a crank. If I crank it clockwise, that pumps fuel out. Once the fuel gets to the top, I'll run it in a reverse just to suck some of the fuel back into the tank so it doesn't overflow. So normally I wouldn't be this close, but I'm going to do it for this demonstration. Maybe I could shorten this up and flip it around this way here. Let's do this. Just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn the crank. I'm going to turn it clockwise. As you can see, fuel is starting to flow through the tube. The faster I turn, the faster it'll fill. I'm just going to turn kind of slow, just so it doesn't overflow. Make sure you do this in a well ventilated area. Once I hear the gas tank becomes full, I can run it in a reverse to suck fuel out. And this thing will pump very fast, so I'm not really pumping real fast because I don't want it to overflow. Make sure you do this in a well ventilated area. And I'm assuming I was at about a half a tank, so I should put about 3 gallons of fuel inside of the Honda Goldwing. And I actually try to keep an eye on the fuel because I do not want it to overflow. And like I said, it doesn't take that long. I could actually hear it getting full. So now I can roll it in a reverse just to get any fuel out of the line. And like I said, I normally would do this outside, but just for demonstrating it inside of the garage, I wanted to show you how I actually fill my tank. I'm going to push my fuel caddy out of the way. I'm going to lock my wheel. And I probably put about 2.5 gallons in there. It didn't take but a minute. And this is how I refuel my Honda Goldwing inside of the Caliente Garage. One of the questions that I also received is, how do I put fuel back in the tank? So I'm just going to demonstrate real quick how I actually refuel the tank. Now, there's 2 ways I could actually refuel the tank. I have a cap here on the top where you can actually pour fuel over into the tank. But I'm going to show you my second option, the way I prefer to refuel my caddy. Just going to take 5 gallons of gasoline. The best way to siphon, first you want to pump. Once you see fuel go down in, then you reverse back out. Once it starts coming down the hose, I'm going to roll it in reverse. Now I can roll it in reverse. And this method, I'm able to siphon the fuel out of the jug back into the fuel caddy. I find this way to be more effective. If there is a small amount left, I can pour it over in the top. So that's the thing I love about this fuel caddy, is that it pumps and it siphons. So it only takes about a minute. The faster you turn the hand crank, the faster it'll siphon the fuel. So I've already taken out about 2.5 gallons already. I have a gauge on the side that lets me know how low the fuel is inside of the fuel caddy. And this is quick, man. This thing is almost down to the end. Watching my gauge on the fuel caddy, I don't want to overfill it. And now I'm getting down to the very end. I've already siphoned about 5 gallons of fuel out of the gas can so far. So as you can see the bubbles, that means I'm getting down to the very end. Now I can stop. Let the remaining empty inside of the can. Make sure to not spill any fuel. Next, I could take my cap off my nozzle, and I'll take the remaining fuel and just pour it over through the top. It's just a little bit left, maybe a cup full, and I'll pour it over inside of the top using a funnel. Put my top back on the fuel caddy. And that's pretty much it. I got a gauge here on the side that'll let me know how much fuel is actually in the caddy. Every time I take 5 gallons out, I can put 5 gallons in. So very simple, very quick. I do not have to transport the fuel caddy to a gas station to refuel it. And I'll always have 5 gallons ready to put back inside of the fuel caddy. It's good for lawnmowers, power tools, automobiles, generators, motorcycles, ATVs. I really love the fuel caddy that I added to the Caliente Garage to assist in refueling my motorcycle before I go out and ride. That way my Honda Goldwing is always on full at the beginning of my ride. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free to put it down in the comment section below. If you like the video, I'm going to include a link where you guys can pick up the fuel caddy for your garage. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya.